moment, you just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Come on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off there.
No, we've only got one cup.
Ta-ta and farewell.
So I guess get him in the car.
We were enjoying a succulent meal with many glasses of the grape juice, of course, the red grape.
An American Express investigator followed a man he thought was one of Queensland's most wanted to a valley restaurant.
There was a suspicious-looking character at a couple of tables away, looking at us. And every time I'd turn, he'd put his head down and pop a dim sim into his gob.
Minutes later, police had the business surrounded, then sent in a delegation.
The police fell on the place. Come running in, even one of them had a gun in his hand, and I said, "What the devil's going on here? What do you want? Get up, you're under arrest. You're an international criminal." I said, "I'm just a poor, struggling artist. How dare you? Get up." And they took me out, and I think there was all these TV cameras outside, and there it is. That's what you see on the internet now. We're supposed to be living in a democracy, and here they're dragging me out of a restaurant after enjoying halfway through a succulent Chinese meal. That's what I thought. Well, gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Democracy Manifest.
And he didn't appreciate the way he was handled.
See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis!
It took 6 officers to restrain him. His major concern was the meal he'd left behind.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Well, it was succulent, so I suppose it just flew into me head when when they were trying to put handcuffs on me.
Eventually, they had him in custody.
I believe that it's all to do with stolen credit cards.
They took me anyway. They took me down to the watch house, city watch house, and then they realised that I wasn't this international gangster. They didn't charge me with anything, so away I went. But ever since then, people have been putting this thing up there on the internet.
I understand that he has played small parts in numerous amateur theatre groups. He seems to be just a prolific false pretender.
But only hours after his arrest, the watch house granted him bail, leaving the police red-faced and empty-handed.
We are sincerely sorry that he obtained bail, but under this situation he was allowed to have bail.
And then they've told me that, no, we're sorry, we thought you were somebody else. And I'm not quite sure who they meant. Might have been some Hungarian chess player called Doza. And apparently he used to go into Chinese restaurants and dud them and flee without paying for the meal or something or other. But how would that make you an international criminal? I don't know. I still haven't found out. I'm not even interested in finding out. I'm too busy trying to do some paintings.
Edwards is also wanted for questioning in New South Wales over several forgery matters.
Jack, I'd love to know what you were thinking that day as you were hauled out of that restaurant. You saw me and my cameraman standing there. This is obviously very pre-set up by the police. What was going through your mind as you saw our cameras, and did the presence of our cameras make you turn on that wonderful theatrical performance that day?
I thought, well, here's an opportunity to prove my innocence. Because they've dragged me out thinking I was some sort of an international gangster when I knew that I wasn't. So here's a chance, the camera for the people of Australia, and let democracy manifest itself gloriously. And that's why I carried on like that. Oh, of course, I had been somewhat influenced by the juice of the red grape. And I wish I had met you then at the time.
And Jack, why were you using so many names? Who are you really? Who were you then? And what were you actually being accused of at the time? Because we thought you were the world's most wanted man, the way the police were talking, but it turned out it was credit card fraud.
Credit card fraud? No, I always paid cash. I wonder why they thought that. I thought international criminals wouldn't use credit cards, surely not. You asked about names. My name's Jack. It's always been Jack.
Jack, would you ever do a performance that would top that one, or has that been the best you've ever pulled out of your repertoire?
Oh, come now. I've been on stage with a mate of mine, Jim McNeil, wrote a play called The Old Familiar Juice. I've starred in that on many an occasion at St Martin's Theatre over in Perth, Subiaco. So I must have a bit of acting ability.
Jack, are you surprised about the amount of attention that your performance that day has gained around the country and around the world?
Well, I was surprised, but it took me many years for someone to show me that it was up there on the internet, until someone approached me and said, can we put it up and sell bottles of wine with your face? The wine, incidentally, is called Get Your Hand Off My Pinot Noir. And I said, go ahead, as long as I get a cut out of it.